Hey, I want to share something with you before you go to sleep tonight. The Apostle Paul writes in Romans 8:28, right? He writes, we know that all things work to the good, together for the good to them that love the Lord. People often ask, how is it, and I get this a lot, they say, John, how is it that there can be good in anything and everything? Especially in these times that we're living now. I mean, think about it. Everybody spooked out this whole World War III crap. Literally everything that Jesus prophesied about the final times is happening. Natural disasters, loss of love, increase of hate, advanced science, advanced technology. I mean, man trying to be God and creating storms and artificial life. It's just crazy. And it really makes you ask, how and in what can I ever find any good? But here's Big Brother Paul in the book of Romans. He's telling us that to them that love God, all things will work together so as to bring good to us. Times are very puzzling. I'll give you that. And I agree. Everyone's struggling, man, is either with their health, finances, heartache, a lost, and the list goes on and on. And so things are very chaotic, and I understand that, and so does God. And it may not seem to you that this or that particular experience that you're enduring or you have endured can yield good. But I'm here to remind you that God is able to combine this seemingly harmful thing with other things. And from that combination, God is more than able and willing to bring good. The Bible talks about Joseph, who was sold by his brothers into slavery. Definitely a man who went through it. But the selling of Joseph by his brothers was a dark and terrible thing to do. It was a terrible crime. And let's be real. Come on. Don't front and don't get too holy on me now. Any unbeliever, if you really think about it, anybody who's not Christian or doesn't know about the Bible, doesn't know about God, any unbeliever would have said that evil could never be turned into good. No, there's no way I can see that. I'm not trying to see it. I don't care how much your Bible tries to convince me. There's no way that evil could ever be turned to good. But yet, to us who are called out of darkness and into the marvelous light, to us who are called according to his purpose, yes, to us who are blood washed and blood bought by the blood of Christ, to us who are called according to his purpose, we know the sequel. The Lord meant it for good. I want to share a story with you. On one occasion, a lady went to the cleaners and she dropped off an expensive handkerchief, super expensive handkerchief, on which at a party that she was in, some careless person dropped a whole bunch of ink on it. And she took it to the cleaners, and Mr. Lopez, who was the owner of the cleaners, took the handkerchief away so that he could do what he needed to do. A few days later, he calls her. He's like, listen, come get your stuff. It's ready. I cleaned it. So he called the lady so she could pick up the handkerchief. And when she picked it up, she noticed an Indian engraving on it. Very nice, fancy Indian engraving on it. And she said immediately, at first she looked at it, she was like, well, this is nice. But then she thought about it, she was like, this is not what I brought in. This is not what the result I wanted. And immediately she was like, what the hell is this? What is this that you're giving me? And even though deep down inside, she admired the design, she asked again, what in the world is this? Mr. Lopez answered her and said, the only way that I can fix it is by using the ugly blot of ink as the basis of the design. What am I saying? You've been messed up, man, and you've been blotted with the ink of your past. You've been blotted with the ink of your past hurts, your fears, blotted with the ink of your precepts, and you've been blotted by the ink of your bad memories. But I want to let you know that if you surrender to God, just give everything to him, God will take the blots in your life and change them into beauty. He would change it into something marvelous. He would take that blot of the ink of your screw up and use it as the basis to make a beautiful design out of you. And all we have to do in return is love him and remain faithful as he unconditionally loves us. And he, as usual, remains faithful. Think about it.